So look at this question. So we have the quadratic equation p of x. So we have a quadratic equation p of x with real coefficient. So they are saying that that quadratic equation will have real coefficient, has purely imaginary root, means your quadratic equation will have purely imaginary root. Then the equation p of x has, so this the question is trying to convey that in this situation we will get purely real root, purely imaginary root, or neither purely real nor purely imaginary roots. Is that okay? Now look at this. So while dealing with roots now, we have one formula, that is minus b plus minus root b square minus 4ac by 2a. Now look at this. If you want purely imaginary, first try to understand what is purely imaginary. Suppose it is a complex number a plus iota b. Here you have to take care that a, b belongs to real number. Now look at this. If you want purely real number, you have to make sure b should be 0. Purely real. If you want purely imaginary number, your a should be 0. Purely imaginary. Okay, you means we don't want anything here in this question. Correct? Now look at this. So if you will make this thing to be negative inside root, but from there that part you can find out imaginary part. But look at this, that b part will provide you something as real part, and you won't get purely imaginary root. So first we have to make sure that b should be 0 to get purely imaginary root. Purely imaginary root. Now look at this. For time being, try to consider this part like x square minus 1. You know that we cannot take b as anything. So b is 0. So only you can take a and c. So right now I am taking uh, a to be 1 and c to be minus 1. So if you'll observe here now, you will figure out you will have x plus 1 and x minus 1. This means you got your zeros, and this is purely real. But we want what? We want purely imaginary. Now imagine that instead of taking x square minus 1, we have taken x square plus 1. So you will have x square equals to minus 1, and you know that iota square is minus 1. So you can tell it is x is plus or minus iota, means your root is either iota or minus iota, means you don't have anything in real part, so it is purely imaginary. Means we can also conclude that sine of a and c to be same. Means to find out purely imaginary root, first condition is b should be 0, and second condition is sine of a and c to be same. So like from our point of view, we have taken p of x because they have provided you the freedom to take any quadratic equation. So we have taken x square plus 1, but we are interested in p of x. So find out p of x. So it is p of x whole square plus 1. Now it is x square plus 1 whole square plus 1. So it is x power 4 plus 2x square plus 2. Now look at this. If you'll observe this equation now, like whenever you will have x to the power 4, x to the power 2, x to the power 0, try to take that thing as y. Okay, so look at this. Suppose you have taken, means you have taken x square as y. So it is y square plus 2y plus 2. Now look at this. If you'll find out the value of y, you will get minus 2 plus minus root over b square minus 4ac by 2. Now look at this. Who is y? Y is x square. Now you have to take root of this thing also. Now look, every time you will have something here, okay, means you cannot have purely real root. Look at this. There is imaginary part and this part is non-zero, means look at this. We have figured out na, like coefficient of x should be 0, means b should be 0 to get purely imaginary root. But here that thing is not 0, so you will have like neither purely real nor purely imaginary roots. Okay, we will have roots, but it is not purely real and it is not purely imaginary as well. Hope this question is clear.